peak KSI, right before he's having this fight. Talk to me about that spar.
Now, I didn't do any sparring going into like the KSI thing. I mean, the thing is,
that fool was an animal ready to eat, and you just walked in like, all right, man, what are we doing today?
So we start, and the biggest thing I noticed, though, see, the thing is that I don't want to take away from KSI because when you look at the spar, the difference, regardless of the rib, he was a completely different fighter. He was pressuring. If you look at our other spars, I was the one pressuring.
Yeah.
He was the one backing up. He was on his back foot trying to stay on the outside. He spent the whole time trying to get on the inside. He was firing jabs to the body, to the head. He was trying to roll shots and throw counter punches over the top, things that he never did before.
Yeah.
So completely transformed in terms of the spar, like stylistically. A lot stronger. His punches were a lot tighter. So with me sparring him, he's just a lot better.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid. He's not like worried about shots this time.
I think that was the first big video I had on my channel was watching you guys spar. Hey, right hand behind it. Hey, uppercut. And, you actually reached out on the comments. Dude, I was in this room. I was out here freaking out because you reached out. I was like, oh, my God, it's Sensei. I went crazy. It was my first introduction to watching KSI in a setting where he looked a little bit more technical than I had seen him, And I was like, oh, man, there's something there. He just can't figure out a way under the lights to transition it. And I wanted to ask you, from what you've seen of him in camp, what is the difference in what he sees on, or what we see on fight night versus what he's doing in camp?
It's tricky because I don't think JJ would typically fight like this, how wild he is. I think what's really been underestimated, has been underrated, is that he's fighting Logan Paul. And one of the hardest things to do, especially as a boxer, is when you were the smaller fighter, when you have to learn to get inside. It's a whole different game that guys who are taller never have to learn.
You never have to learn,
right?
Yeah.
Literally, you never have to deal with that, and that's one of the hardest things to deal with. We're talking about bridging the gap, when that gap that you got to bridge and you got to work your way in and take shots and stuff. And like me and JJ are a similar size, so when people talking about his punches were tighter, I'm like, yeah, but JJ has a longer reach than me. So when I have to find my way in. So you saw a lot cleaner boxing from him, and he can land his shots without having to take as big as steps, right? You don't have to cover that much ground.